How do you cut someone some slack to supersize and grow your business? You look for a piece of slack, and that's where you make the cut. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom, our expression today is cut someone some slack. Now, this idiom comes from the world of sailing or rope handling, any industry or any profession where they handle ropes. And there was a version that they thought it came from in the mid-1900s, but it actually dates back to the mid-1700s, where it meant to loosen up tension on a rope or a sail, to slack, create the slack, to give somebody a break, to bend the rules, to go easy on them. Those are all other versions, I think, of this particular idiom or expression. Well, how do you do that in your business? When we're growing our businesses, we tend to be pretty serious and pretty straightforward in what our expectations are and what we want to see happen in our business. But like anything else in any other area or aspect of our life, including our businesses, things don't always go according to plan, 100% according to plan. If you've ever created a business plan or written a business plan, you know that the day that you write that and turn it over to your bank or something, you know that it needs to be changed. It's like the rest of our life and our businesses. We have to constantly be flexible and flowing to what happens, because the environment is always changing. The people in our organizations are always changing. Our customers and what they need and want and desire is always changing. So we need to be flexible enough to change right along with it. So how do you do that in your business? How do you make sure that you are creating the environment that you want to create the business that you want, but still allowing people that you're working with the flexibility and the option to decide the how do things get done? I think the best way to do that is to be really clear in a couple areas of your business and be open and flexible in other areas of your business. So what do we need to be clear on? We need to be very clear on what it is that we're doing, why we exist, who we serve, our direction, our goals, our vision, our purpose, our principles, our objectives. Everything needs to be aligned, our strategic plan. Everybody needs to be on the same page with respect to that. And if somebody doesn't want to be aligned with those things, then they probably shouldn't be part of our organization. But we need to define and clearly define what it is that we're trying to achieve, why we exist, things like that. And then be open and flexible to the how. How do we actually achieve those things? That's where everybody's creativity can come in to play. That's where everybody's skills and abilities and knowledge and wisdom and experience can benefit the organization. And then we need to keep, and why we want to do this is because we want to have our eye on the overall objective, where we're going, why we're doing it, what we're doing, and then the how we do it, we need to be flexible with, because times change. If COVID-19 hasn't taught us anything, it's that anything that you believed before could be blown up in a day or two's with almost no notice, or can change in a day and you have no control over it. We always have the ability to control how we respond to it and what we do about it, even if we can't control the thing that's happening. And we need to keep in mind that challenges, changes, mistakes, failures, they're part of the process. They're part of learning, growing, and becoming the business that we want to create. They're part of each and every one of our lives. I don't know a single person that has never faced a challenge or a change in their life, especially after COVID-19. Pretty much the entire planet was affected by that single change. And think of it, there's infinite changes going on all the time. So cut someone some slack. How do you do that? How have you done that? Have you ever had anybody cut you some slack? Have you ever, excuse me, obviously I have needed slack in the past. Have you ever broken a rule or bent a rule and then needed to ask for forgiveness? That was sort of my personal motto in corporate America. It was ask for forgiveness, not permission, because there were so many rules and so many regulations in some of the companies that I worked for. You could literally never get anything done. And not only the written rules in the handbook and in the different processes and procedures, but the environment, the culture made it impossible or made it very painful to do certain things like talk to people at your same level in other departments, which I think that a lot of that's changed in businesses today. But back when I was in corporate America, it was taboo. You could never talk to even your peers in another department unless you went through their boss first. If you went up, I was in one organization where we called it silos, because you couldn't get anything done or communicate with anyone unless you went through the vice president levels of the organization, which meant we were not very efficient or effective. So share in the comments below how you cut somebody some slack. I guarantee if you're a parent, you've had to cut your kids some slack sometimes. Why? Because little human beings are learning all the time, changing, growing, becoming independent, and sometimes they make mistakes. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. So keep in mind that it's always best to treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you make a mistake, or if you go the wrong direction, or if you need to course correct, or if you ever say or do anything that isn't absolutely perfect and you want people to cut you some slack, make sure that you're doing the same. It's our idiom for today. Have an absolutely amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom on leadership, because cutting someone slack and having the skills and abilities to do that, and to know when to do that and when to hold people accountable, that's a balance, is definitely a leadership skill and ability. I'll be with you with another leadership idiom tomorrow. Have a great day. Any questions or any ideas of leadership idioms or idioms in general that you would love to know the origin and the meaning of, and how you might be able to apply them to your business, ask in the comments below, or feel free to direct message me. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.